welcome to the finals of the StarCityGames.com Philadelphia Open weekend. Brought to you by the wonderful people over at Twitch and Ultimate Guard. Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan here in the booth. Nick Miller down in the feature match area for our final match here on the weekend at the Valley Forge Resort and
Casino.
Christopher Juliano, Daniel Barkon. It's Infect, it's Lands. It could be a fast one. We started here on purpose because we want to be able to jump around to more matches if we can. And no matter how this one shakes out, either it's going to be a very quick cool from Infect or Lands is going to stop Infect from doing anything of relevance.
Yeah, left behind Mazavith and Punishing Fire or Fast Merit Lage, what have you.
Yeah, this matchup should be a pretty quick one. Don't expect a ton of back and forth between the two. Juliano starting things off with a Windswept Heath or a Tropical Island into a Noble Hierarch for Daniel Barkon. That'll be a Mox Diamond. Let's see what land he wants to discard. Already off to a great start. Goodbye Wasteland. Boy. Okay, never mind. There's a Wasteland. That makes a little more sense. And now it's an exploration. Does he have another land to play? Maybe deciding which land to play at this stage is Daniel Barkon. A couple of different lands in hand. I'm going to go with some sort of expedition.
Is that Misty Rainforest?
I believe it is, yes. We couldn't go a weekend without one of those. You know that.
Of course not.
I know we haven't been in the booth for a little while, but it is a one of Misty Rainforest here from Daniel.
Okay.
Who appears to have a pretty nice-looking land stack, truth be told. Noble Hierarch just on the battlefield by itself right now for Christopher Juliano. There's a Brainstorm. 3 cards coming for Juliano. 2 will be going back here in just a moment. For Christopher, his second SCG Tour top 8 here. Does have an invitational top 8 on the resume as well, but he's been looking for that trophy for a little while now. Has the upstate New York native.
Not upstate.
No?
I mean, north of the city, but not upstate.
That's what I mean.
No, upstate is...
Is that the Albany area?
Syracuse, Albany, Rochester, Buffalo.
Let's see what land he wants to play now. Got his first land killed by a Wasteland. And Lands deck got off to a great start here. Juliano, this is one of the better starts that this deck in hand can have. A lot of the time it actually doesn't mind starting with Noble Hierarch. You would think that Glistener Elf would be the better start. I think Noble Hierarch actually leads to the better starts for this deck.
Yeah, it opens you up into having a little bit more protection. And also an Exalted Trigger, all your things have 1 power. You have a lot of things that pump for 4, so you get to 1+1 and then 4/4 for lethal. Because Vines is 4, Invigorate is 4, Berserk is 4+ paired with anything.
There's a Misty Rainforest and pass the turn back, so we're going to go back over to Daniel Barkon. He's going to sacrifice that Misty Rainforest, fall down to 19, tie it up for now at least. And we'll see what land he wants to search up. Going to go with a Sheltered Thicket. Wow.
Got to get it out of the way.
Well, yeah, just not used to seeing that card in this deck.
Well, there's still some desire to have a little bit of cycling lands to play alongside the Loam Engine, and this one's actually fetchable, so
yeah.
it's low cost.
Just a one-of here. Also a Tranquil Thicket in the deck. These land deck, they always evolve with what lands they're playing.
Yeah, you want just a little taste of the cycling lands.
Another Wasteland here. Going to go after Misty Rainforest.
Okay.
And Juliano says, I will sacrifice that.
Well, I would want to get a basic here because the reason to Wasteland is if you're going to either play another Wasteland or you're going to loan back your Wastelands. So
Yeah.
Heads up play there by Juliano. I think getting a Tropical Island is unwise.
And there is Life from the Loam. We'll see if this resolves, of course. But the combination of Life from the Loam, Exploration, and the Mox Diamond even to start means that this land's draw here from Daniel supercharged.
Yeah.
Well, this is kind of your dream here, right? Just Wasteland Mania?
Yeah.
We need to get you a lands deck. That's what you want. Got to play Misty Rainforest there. 2 lands per turn, of course, because of Wasteland.
I'd rather be sinkholing.
Come on. You just want to work extra hard for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you own a sinkhole? I'd be surprised if you didn't.
I pretty sure I do.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if you
somewhere,
didn't, honestly.
Somewhere in the box of alpha and beta nonsense.
Yeah. Nonsense is a great way to describe whatever you have in that box, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Wall of Wood is from the early sets, right?
Yes, it is.
I'm hoping you get one of those. That was an early favorite of mine.
I'm pretty sure I do.
Nice.
I bought a Wall of Stone recently.
That's
I have
good.
that.
That's a good buy.
Lost an auction for a Wall of Air. Went a little bit above my price range.
That's a bad beat. Wall Air 1.5?
Yeah, 1.6. I don't know. I don't remember. It's hard to keep track of all the wall stats.
Yeah.
I got a Water Elemental recently.
That's big.
White Knight, Black Knight,
You're the Punishing Fire.
Rook of Carriage. 2 of them, I think.
I like that you don't know.
I don't know. I had to go through. I think a playset of Crawl Worms. I don't know. I'll take a photo.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Take a photo.
Set of Crawl Worms, huh? For your foot. A little fun 6-4
Playset.
beatdowns.
Playset of Crawl Worms, yeah.
That's nice.
Raging River. Fast Bond. Multiple Dragon Whelps.
Looks like you're ready for a game of Shell. was that a game called?
Chandelar?
Chandelar. Sounds like you're ready for a game of Chandelar.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, we have a quick update here for you in Timothy Juliano. He wins game number 1 in Modern against Kellen Pastore. The mono green Tron Mir goes to the player on the left thus far, as Christopher Juliano is having his Blighted Agent targeted by a Punishing Fire, and he's not entirely sure how to respond. He's going to use a Force of Will, exiling a Brainstorm, and that is a tough way to do it. But that's how he's going to do it.
I think 3 Hurricanes. Playset of Power Sinks.
That's good. Counter that spell. Here's a Loam. Grove of the Burnwell is among the cards that are coming back here for Daniel. So he'll be able to Punishing Fire again next turn, not this turn.
If there is a next turn.
That was what I was thinking. He might be able to Punishing Fire this turn. Mana Bond, huh?
An oldie but a goodie.
There's the Taiga. I got to tap the Taiga to play the Mana Bond. And now I'm curious about how many... Does he have... So I know he got Grove back, and the question is, does he have another red source?
Yeah.
Grove?
No,
Waste.
Yeah. So Blighted Agent is in the clear.
Okay. So now he wants to Wasteland that Inkmoth Nexus.
Sure.
And as you mentioned, Blighted Agent is in the clear right now.
Yep. So now that you have Exalted plus Blighted Agent, and now you need 2 4s.
Yep. You make it sound so easy.
And then next turn, I think we started approaching point of no return.
Crop rotation. What's this get? Pendlehaven probably?
Well, Pendlehaven doesn't get you very far here because Barkon can still blow it up on his own end step.
Yeah, good point. Okay, get a Windswept Heath.
Yeah.
Okay.
It allows him some redraws. If he draws a cantrip, he can fetch for a trop and cast it and try to find, again, the mixture of pump spells. All right, so Barkon's hands down.
I think he has Become Immense in hand.
Okay, he needs more than that. He needs 2 pump spells.
Yep. Hierarch. In.
All right. I think Juliano's beat.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, if the Grove here if this Punishing Fire lands on the Blighted Agent, I think there's just too much in the way of resources for Barkon to work with.
So the reason I think that he can still win is I believe Barkon only has the ability to get back one Punishing Fire one time. No, he can do it twice. He can do it twice. Never mind. So you do it here, and if he doesn't have like a Vines or anything,
yeah.
Okay, now it's over. Now it's probably over.
Now we're done.
Yeah. Because I was thinking if he has Vines or like Become Immense. Oh, if he has Vines, now he's still in trouble because he just kills it on his upkeep.
The issue here is the only way for Juliano to basically give a creature haste is to crop rotate for a copy of Nexus. Barkon can cover that with a Wasteland up. Everything else requires a turn, and how's he going to survive all these Punishing Fires?
Or these 2020s.
That's a separate issue. I'm not even talking about the fact that he's literally dead, which he is. More just speaking to how is he ever going to put something on the battlefield that can attack? He can't.
You saw Barkon loan back, stage depths, and a land, mana bond trigger, put them all on the battlefield. Gonna make a copy of the depths 2020 style here with the stage. And I think old Jerry T going to be coming into the red zone here in just a moment as Christopher Juliano will scoop him up, pack it in. So Daniel Barkon going to win game number 1 here over Christopher Juliano. Lands up a game here over Infect. Infect not quick enough, even though it started off with a Noble Hierarch.
Yep, that took a little too long to get a Infect creature onto the battlefield. Barkon's draw was pretty explosive. And he got a lot of his best cards for combo matchups, but this one effectively is. Mox Diamond and Mana Bonds allow him to play way ahead of schedule, and those are the kind of resources he wants in this matchup.
Sideboard time. Let's start with Christopher Juliano. 2 Surgical Extractions, 13 one-ofs, Flusterstorm Submerge, Hydroblast Force of Will, Spell Pierce, Shaper Sanctuary, Dissenter's Deliverance, Viridian Corruptor, Nature's Claim, Crop Rotation, Caracas Bazooka Bog, Grafdigger's Cage.
So I would like to bring in the Crop Rotation along with the Bazooka Bog plus the 2 copies of Surgical Extraction to just try to fight the graveyard shenanigans.
Other side of things here for Daniel. 4 Sphere of Resistance, 3 Crows and Grip, 2 Chalice of the Void, 2 Tireless Tracker, an Ancient Grudge, an Ancient Tomb, a Choke, and a Surgical Extraction.
Maybe just the same 60. I could see bringing in the Ancient Tomb. It's freed in this matchup, and again, he needs to play ahead of schedule as much as possible, so Tomb lines up nicely. Chalice is tough to do in a matchup where the relevant cards are 0 and 3 and 6 and so forth. There's some cheap stuff, but I don't think Chalice is really a lock piece here. I could be interested maybe in Sphere of Resistance, but I would sideboard light. Only the Ancient Tomb seems like an auto-include to me.
Well, those are the options there for both players, and they will sideboard and get ready here for game number 2 in just a moment. You do see the scoreboard there. As I mentioned, Timothy Juliano currently up a game over Kellen Pastore, and then Matthew Voltz and Stephen Noga appear to be still battling it out in game number 1 of the finals. Let's talk about the SCG Tour and where it's headed here for season number 2, shall we? We're underway here. We did a little show in Atlanta, a little show in Worcester. We're here in Philadelphia. Next weekend, it's Indy, and then I'll be with Todd Anderson in Dallas.
And after that, we head to Baltimore for Modern, then Modern in Syracuse, Legacy in Baltimore, the 22nd and 23rd of Legacy. And then we round out the remainder of the year with Columbus, Philadelphia, Dallas, Charlotte, the regional championships. Go.SCGgames.com/regionals for more information as we get a little bit closer to that event. Teams in Las Vegas. Let that hang in the air for a moment. Teams in Las Vegas, and then Modern in Baltimore, and then the Season 2 Invitational at the Berglund Center, December 7th through the 9th. Modern and Standard as the invitational formats.
We've got playmats here for you for our Standard players. It'll be the very powerful Siege Gang Commander. New artwork there from, that's from Dominaria. Dominaria, not Corset 2019. We go to our Modern one. That'll be the very powerful Llanowar Elves. Welcome back to Magic, you very powerful one-drop. And then, of course, for our Legacy players, it appears as though it'll be Wizards Lightning for our Legacy players.
Legacy staple.
That's right. Some awesome artwork with that one.
The artwork is cool.
Yeah.
No question, the artwork's cool.
All free and exclusive playmats available to anyone with entry into our 2018 Season 2 Open, Classic, or Infinite Challenge package. Go to StarCityGames.com/schedule for more information. As we get ready here for game number 2 between Christopher Juliano and Daniel Barkon. You'll see that Steven Noga with Monogreen Aggro was able to move up a game there over Matthew Voltz, playing red-black aggro. So the team on the right of Barkon, Pastore, and Noga currently in the lead. Not too bad. Not too bad. Indy next weekend for Modern. That should be fun, too.
Indianapolis is a great convention city. Always a great turnout.
I think my favorite convention city in the country, and top 5 SG Tour stop for me.
I think that Indianapolis is now behind Columbus for me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tough competition here.
Yeah. Because Columbus is, the area surrounding the convention center, it's like a real neighborhood where there's independent bars and restaurants and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Indianapolis gives off too powerful of a corporate vibe surrounding the convention center for my taste.
Well, Columbus is right there by Ohio State. Downtown.
Yeah, no, I know there's reasons.
That's
it's
right,
not,
right
you know, but I enjoy going out on the town in Columbus more than Indianapolis.
It's got a real college town feel too. I like Columbus a lot.
Setting aside Nikki Blaine's, which is kind of a different
SCG Tour staple.
It's cheating basically. If we could get sponsored by Nikki Blaine's, that would be a crowning achievement for me.
They have a steak and shake and a noodles too.
Yeah,
Indy does well. Steak
and shake on the corner.
Yep.
Nikki Blaine's.
It doesn't close.
Buried away somewhere.
Yep. The steak and shake doesn't close. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this though. I'm coming off of my noodles love.
I mean, it is terrible.
Stop. It's totally fine. I used to like it a lot in college. I've slowly but surely just it's not that great.
No, it's not.
I feel the same way about Chipotle now too.
Yeah, it's when you're in your early 20s and you've got a couple dollars in your pocket for the first time and you can kind of control what you eat. The Panera Breads, Chipotles, Noodles and Companies of the world can feel really...
I think Panera Bread's always been terrible.
It is, and it has been
always.
For always.
They do one thing well, a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah.
I take it back, and I don't want to offend anyone. Broccoli and cheddar soup.
It's food.
They do that well.
It's food that if you ate it now, you would think, I think this will kill me.
Especially the broccoli and cheddar in a bread bowl.
I was going to bring that up.
Oof.
That is lethal.
That's your daily calories right there.
Right.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
Maybe more. And that's not the good fat.
Yeah, it's 2,500 calories of carbs and cheese. Yeah. And it does not taste good. And it gets on your clothes because it is so messy. But it's
soup.
It's the one food item I've ever had that I would describe as damp.
Broccoli and cheddar soup?
Broccoli and cheddar soup makes the bread damp. Like it's been out in a light rain. I've never experienced that sensation in food before or since. One more sponsor down the toilet.
That's right, gone. Never to be seen again.
How do you feel about damp soup?
in a moist bread bowl?
Moist bread bowl.
How's that sound?
Yeah.
I don't know if they still do the bread. I remember the bread bowl was all the rage like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
that died pretty fast.
It did not stand.
Once the keto diet came along, that died fast.
The bread bowl did not stand the test of time.
No, it really didn't. Time for that to maybe go off of the menu. Might be gone off the menu of Panera Bread.
I haven't been in a while.
Me either.
In fact, I think the last time I was there, I was in Indianapolis. Because that's what's available.
Indy Staple.
Indy Staple.
Either way, everybody that goes there next week, have a good time.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just eat whatever you want.
Yeah. There's a Weber grill. You'll see Nick Miller there all 3 days.
Table for one.
That's right.
happily eating by himself.
Right. Don't need no company.
Not a hint of loneliness.
Mm-mm. They know.
Yeah.
They have a great pork chop. A top tier pork chop does the Weber grill. You can keep your St. Elmo's and your overrated shrimp cocktail.
Yeah. For me, Nikki Blaine's.
Yeah.
Crowds out any other consideration. We should talk to them about a sponsorship.
You can go. I think they should just sponsor you.
Yeah.
How about that?
I'll do it for free.
Yeah.
Wouldn't even have to pay me.
One phone call away.
Yeah.
It looks like Juliano's taking a mulligan to 5, which is not a great spot to be in. All right, well, turn 1 Glistener Elf. Or turn 2, excuse me.
That's a, whatever it is.
What's that?
That expedition?
Oh, I believe that's a Foothills. No, that's a Verdant Catacombs. Verdant Catacombs.
Yeah.
Verdant Catacombs, my bad.
You can tell in the art, because it's clearly both verdant and a catacomb.
Yeah.
You can tell by the, whatever.
How many times do you think that Shelter Thicket has been cycled this weekend? I set the line at 0.5.
Handful of times. No, it's come up. Lands play some deep games. And you crop rotate that away, and then you can loam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Here we go. Exploration. The port. The wasteland. Port you on upkeep. This is my kind of magic. Could just die right now.
Yep.
Didn't.
Faded it.
3 invigorates. Back to Daniel Barkon.
If you can cobble together 1 removal spell, we're done.
We are, yes, most
We're
likely.
done.
Well, there's already 1 invigorate in hand. So that's kind of nice.
I mean, he has to do it this turn because then the attack brings him up to 2 infect, and then it only requires 2 invigorates.
Mm-hmm.
Not the hardest.
All right, little loam. Port you. Invigorate, invigorate. You can kill him. Tropical Island.
Whoa, that opens up a wide range.
Ponder. This game could be over. There's 1 invigorate there. Keep or shuffle. Keep or shuffle. Keep. In. All right. Pass the turn. Over to Daniel Barton, who's got a loam to dredge, if you'd like. Going to start by sacrificing a fetch land. Thin the deck out a little bit. Not the most interactive of hands here from Daniel Barkon so far. Unlike the last game, where he had it all. Going to get a Taiga there off the old Verdant Catacombs. All right, Dredge Loam, what do we got?
Naturally, alpha or beta taiga. Naturally.
There's a P-Fire. This game just got much worse for Christopher Juliano. Wasteland, your trop. Play a Grove. Get it back.
And now even if you can fend this off with invigorates, then you're down the invigorates you need to win the game.
Kaboom. I guess a Force of Will on this would be something.
Yeah, Force would not be the worst. If you're firing off your pump spells, then it becomes very hard to put it together.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. He was thinking about it, though. All right, there's the Invigorate. A little bit of life given. Creature turns into a 4/4 with, a 5/5 with 2 damage on it. And there is an avenue here.
I mean, Juliano gets to untap. He's kept a land in hand against Brainstorm. It's not impossible. The problem is that you're kind of one and done with these cantrips because you get wastelanded off your dual land.
All right, upkeep, port you. Draw a card. Keep in mind, Juliano knows what the card he's drawing is because of Ponder. There's a fetch. And Juliano's going to sacrifice the Misty. Search up a Trop that'll die soon enough. So he's got to make this one use of it really good. I guess it would take Brainstorming into 2 Invigorates, yeah? That's where we are?
Yep.
Yep. Time to get lucky.
He's already down 1, but next turn doesn't get better.
No.
So
3 cards. I think if he found both Invigorates, he would have showed him by now.
Yeah.
The tough part here for Juliano, too, is that Port's messing things up because Juliano actually has a copy, I believe, of Become Immense in hand.
Oh, he just can't get to his into his main phase with multiple mana.
Yep.
Big part of the problem here. And his blue mana is all one and done because of looping Wastelands.
A couple of cards will go back here. There's another attack for 1 Infect. Daniel Barkon going to go up to 3 Infect. But now Daniel gets to have some fun. We'll see if he actually wants to take a draw step or dredge. Looks like he actually wants to draw. He may have. I think he may have Loam in hand actually right now. So there's the Wasteland. Get back Punishing Fire. Target that with Punishing Fire. Okay.
Tap out.
Yep.
Tap out.
That is probably this Lands deck, I tell you. The fact that a deck like this exists in Magic is still so cool to me.
Yeah, I do like the elements of this deck goes from alpha to new sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a mixture of all these different lands and all these different synergies. It really feels like something from across Magic's history.
Juliano will draw. It all just intertwines so well. And the evolution of the deck from where it was in 2010, when it was called 42, or however many lands it used to play, and used to play Mulch and 4-mana bonds and kill people with Barbarian Rings and everything else, to where it is now. It's quite the evolution of a fascinating deck.
And what's cool about that is there's the implication that new sets impact this deck.
Yeah.
As opposed to something like Tamer Delver, where it's like, well, they're not making a better Brainstorm. They're not making a better Ponder. So maybe there's a random sideboard card here and there. But the deck is probably set in stone mostly until the end of time. This would, Thespian Sage got printed, and that matters. And
yeah, Dark Depths.
Dark Depths matters. Sheltered Thicket is in this deck now. And, we're not talking about, in the case of the Cycle Lane, the most dramatic change, but it's still the suggestion that this deck will continue to evolve over time, as opposed to many Legacy decks that stay mostly static.
Well, the Julianos, they're on the board. Timothy Juliano won his match over Kevin Pastore 2-0. So your team on the left in the lead. You'll also note on that scoreboard, our standard match, Matthew Voltz, Stephen Noga, all tied up. Red-black aggro, mono-green aggro. They're going to be going to Game 3.
I suspect this is going to come down to the standard match.
I suspect you are right, partner. I think we'll be heading down there here in just a moment as Daniel Barkin's going to put the finishing touches up on this game. He's just got to find stage plus depths now. Going to start by dredging a loam here. He was able to find it last time he did this. There's a stage. No depths just yet, it appears. And you can see for Juliano, he is at 21. So just one hit from stage depths wouldn't get it done just yet. But it'll be close. Little loam action. Oh, well, there is stage and there is depths. Looks like he already had depths. Draw a card. Never fun to face this down, right?
Tap out.
Yeah. Bajuka Bog a little late to the party. Says the guy who concedes to a spell scud on the other side of the table. Hey, no conceding in Denver. You hear me?
Oh, my God.
You hear me?
Yeah, I'll play through.
Play it out to the bitter end.
I'll play through.
Okay. Don't you even think about it. I don't care if you have one land. You play. Bajuka Bog going to exile the graveyard. It's not really about the graveyard anymore, though.
Yep. Barkon has all the tools necessary on the table.
Yeah, Barkon did return his Punishing Fire. Didn't want to lose that one. With the loam and the other stuff, okay. Because as you can tell, Barkon not in much of a rush to do anything because he doesn't need to be. He's got the hard lock on this game. We're pretty darn close to it. Daniel going to be untapping here in just a moment.
Blow up all of his lands and then 20-20 him. Make him feel bad. Yes.
Yes. 2 Wastelands. Kill them both. He may crop rotate in response. Yeah. One at a time. Well, here's a crop rotation on the Bajuka Bog. Hey, Juliano, no quit. I respect it. I respect it. Go get a land. I'm thinking Inkmoth Nexus.
Juliano just clawing and scratching to try to get to his main phase with a single mana.
Nobody said it would be easy.
No.
There is Inkmoth Nexus. That thing can tango with that Avatar token. How about that? Got tapped by a port. Maybe not. Oh. Wasteland. Take that.